Yeah, to my samurais and my Samoretz, it's a sure bet that your health is your wealth. Hi, I'm Dr. Isaac Alexis from the Slim Samurai Media Group 84, helping you to slash through sickness and offering you a slice of health and wellness. Today's topic, sea medicine. I'm feeling seasick. Help. Sea medicine. I'm feeling seasick. Help. Before I continue, my samurais and samurettes, don't forget to smash on the like, subscribe, notification bell you hit, comment so I know what to talk on for future medical topics. Send to 25 of your friends and family. Without any further hesitation, let's begin. We're going to talk about seasickness, how we can overcome it, what are the current modalities, both allopathic as well as naturopathic, and we'll look at some integrative medicine components along the way to get you enjoying your vacation and not feeling sick from being on the high seas. Let's get you to your port of call in one piece and without vomiting all the time so that you can actually build the sandcastles and enjoy your family time and yourself on your next seafaring voyage. Okay, let's get to it. There are some 30 million people that go on cruise liners annually, which contributes to over 155 billion. That's B as in Bob. This contributes to over $155 billion to the global economy each year, employing some 2 million people in addition to that. On the average cruise ship, there are 3,000 wonderful people that embark on this adventurous voyage to the various exotic ports of call each day. Now, some of those 3,000 people may not be so wonderful after they've had 2 or 3 or 4 Bloody Marys, tequilas, or whatnot, but hopefully everybody stays in their lane and can handle themselves when they've had some of those booze. Everybody's going to try to have a good time, but of course, everybody, I advocate you that you drink sensibly. You only have one liver for one time, for one lifetime. Okay, I will continue. Now, in addition to the 30 million people that go on cruise liners globally every year, there are countless millions of other ships that carry cargo from around the world to the United States every year and vice versa. There's billions upon billions of cargo, and that involves many millions, tens of millions of ships globally traveling the high seas. Now, even though the number of people getting seasick is in the minority, trust me, if you are in that minority, you feel as though not only you are sick, but everyone around you is also seasick. Now, let's get into what seasickness is. Seasickness occurs usually within the first 12 to 24 hours after setting sail and generally is self-limited. But for some people, it can last longer. Today's cruise ships have these lateral stabilizers, which are fins built off of a ship's port side on the left and the starboard side on the right side of the cruise lining ship. So you have the port side and then there's the starboard side. This is to drive down the side to side lateral motions that contributes classically to feeling seasick. Now, motion sickness occurs when there's an eye or ocular mismatch between what your inner ear senses. So what you are perceiving in the retina, and what happens is the retina registers a stable scene. However, your inner ear detects dynamic changes simultaneous in the up and down motions, along with the side to side motions. This causes a classic release in stress-related hormones, ultimately leading to nausea, vomiting, and vertigo. Now, let's look at the ways, my samurais and samoretz, to combat this. Number 1, keep moving. You'll find that being busy keeps the mind off of this generalized discomfort, going up, down, side to side. What you want to do, number 2, stay well hydrated beforehand with water and low acidity fluids like apple juice, carrot juice. Avoid caffeine, which dehydrates you and will increase actually the intensity of nausea that you perceive, which will definitely then lead to vomiting. Number 3, you want to stay in the center part of the ship, which is the most neutral part of the ship, which helps to drive down and reduce those symptoms of being seasick. And generally, the up, down, and side-to-side motion is drastically reduced when you move yourself to the center component, the center part of the ship. Number 4, you can consider medications like meclizine or scopolamine. Now, let's look at the clinical evidence of the effectiveness of these medications. There was a meta-analysis of 14 trials involving over 1,000 individuals that found scopolamine was more effective than placebo in the decreasing of the symptoms of seasickness. Now, in preventing motion sickness, scopolamine works in blocking the release of acetylcholine neurotransmitters at parasympathetic sites in number 1, smooth muscles, number 2, secretory glands, and 3, the central nervous system. It increases the heart rate and it dries out the secretions like the mouth, which when you feel nauseous, your mouth waters, and that sends back this dangerous pattern, positive feedback mechanism that makes you then really feel like you're about to puke. Well, the scopolamine patch blocks that vicious cycle and dries out the mouth and decreases that dynamic feedback of you feeling nauseous, and then symptoms tend to decrease decrementally. Now, the scopolamine will increase heart rate, it'll dry out secretions. It usually kicks in within 5 to 6 hours, and it'll last for 72 hours or 3 days. Now, the scopolamine patch comes in 1.5 milligrams. You place it in an area that's devoid of hair behind the ears at least 4 hours before you enter the cruise ship or the freight liner. And you use it every 3 days as needed. Now, meclizine, 25 milligrams is another option. This is an antihistamine that suppresses the vestibular end organ receptors in the inner ear and decreases activation of central cholinergic pathways. You want to decrease that feedback in the cholinergic pathways because then that will decrease the nausea. Number 5. Before I get to number 5, let's go briefly to side effects of scopolamine. Scopolamine patch side effects include sedation, blurred vision, dry mouth, urine retention, and one caveat: please do not use scopolamine patch if you have closed angle glaucoma. Makes it worse, can lead to blindness. So just be alert of that, my samurais and my samoretz. Okay, next. All right, Praise, I'm going to have you just hold this here. Just like that. Excellent. Now, next, what I want you to do, my Samoretz, there's something called a P6 acupressure point in your wrist. Basically, it's right here in your wrist. 3 finger breaths down like here. It's right in this area. It's between this tendon called, if I flex, you see this tendon. This is my palmaris longus. This other little tendon is called the flexor carpi radialis. I want you to put your finger in between these 2 tendons, between the palmaris longus on your pinky side and on your thumb side, this other tendon called the flexor carpi radialis. You're going to massage here for around 30 seconds and then release. Do 10 reps of that. Another way is, I recommend you guys this wound care kit. What I generally like to do is either use Ace Wrap, or I can use one of these wraps as well. Basically, a simple 3-inch gauze wrap. And what I would simply do on the P6 acupressure point, I would just simply, in that area, wrap this gauze right around. This way you guys can see. And with pressure around this region, 3 finger breaths down from the wrist crease right here in the middle. And I would just wrap that, put pressure on that, and that will help in alleviating some of the more common symptoms of motion sickness, seasickness. And also, I'd recommend for you, my samurais and samorettes, to have a hot ginger tea, or chew on the bark of ginger root. You can soak it with some hot water with organic honey. And so these are the steps, my samurais and samorettes, to get yourself feeling good, enjoying your vacation, get to the islands, visit Jamaica, Trinidad, Grenada, Carriacou, St. Kitts, St. Nevis, where me and my family are from. So you can go back, you relax, you can have a nice lime, yeah man, and enjoy the sun. Have yourself some drink. Remember man, to stay well hydrated and have a good time. It is the time for a lime under the sun. You must have some fun. Don't be outdone by too much work, because that will only make you berserk. Stay with the water so that the seasickness does not slaughter your time to enjoy some wine and have a great time. I am Dr. Isaac Alexis from the Slim Samurai Media Group 84, helping you to slash through sickness and offering you a slice of health and wellness. Go take that cruise ship. Brr, 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 brr. Peace, and I'm out.